Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and us. This is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones, and I tell you, family, wherever you are across the world, I tell you, right here in Detroit, Michigan, we scrambling, that's right, we scrambling, the snow. Now, I know that the family members, folks who lived originally in Detroit, Michigan, they're aware of it, they're used to it, but it's still the work that you have to do. That's to get out there and push that snow. And, you know, Detroiters, I want to say that your work ethic is something second to none. You really, really get out there and push that snow. And I have been kind of slow about getting out there and pushing the snow. I've looked for folks with the shovels, etc., and finally go out there and push the snow myself. But once again, family, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. I want to thank you for joining us. And again, family, wow. Last week's show was just so loved and received by members from folks from all around the world that was just complimenting the program and the information that they're receiving from the program, the Talk Beat Jones and the co-hosts, etc. Yes, family, we are blessed. We're blessed that we've been working to get you a program that have the type of people you can listen to and inform you, not just on one subject, but on a variety of subjects. That's what the Talk Beat Jones is about. It's around the world. We have folks who are learning with this program, who are learning about how America folks think, how black folks think, how other folks are dealing with black folks, how black folks are dealing with the other folks in America. We have folks who are learning how to speak, how to interact with each other from the Talk Beat Jones show, and I want to thank you for letting me know that. So we have folks that, again, as I stated, are able to communicate. That's the thing that's important. And not just give you the facts, but can make it so that you want to hear. That's what the folks here co-hosting on the Talk Beat Jones program is doing for you. And I appreciate you accepting the work. And remember, family, our work at the Talk Beat Jones, we're just beginning. It don't matter how many years I've been doing this program or television. This is the program I've been working to try to set up in all of my years. This is it. This is it. And we've only been with the group that I have, the co-hosts that I have, about 3 or 4 weeks now. I want you to get ready. As things are coming along, let's see who I have on the phone. But family, you need to share and like this program so that your family members can hear and enjoy the information that you will be receiving from this program, Talk Beat Jones. It's just incredible. You know, I'm from Oakland, California, where I spent on television almost 20 years there. and I've been here since in Detroit, Michigan since 2004, and been on television since 2006, 2007 here through the main folks, Mr. R.J. Watkins, Mr. Henry Tyler, later on picked up and put on television by Mr. J.D. Hill while I was on the program with Mr. J.D. Hill for all of those years and years and years. Minister Malik Shabazz placed me on his Get Up Stand Up program for years and years and years. And approximately 4 years ago, I decided that why can't I spend my money? Why can't I? And it was kind of different because, hello, caller, are you there?
This is Michelle Broden. Good morning.
Hold on,
Good morning,
hold on. Okay. And so it's a process of saying to you, I want to have deeper pockets. I want to have deeper pockets. I've been on television out in Detroit sometimes 5 days a week because Mr. R.J. Watkins, Mr. Henry Tyler made it happen. Mr. J.D. Hill made it happen. Minister Shabazz made it happen. And I've had folks who have contributed to the Talk Beat Jones. Now I need more. I need more because now we know what we're doing, and we want to have more time. You say, well, Billy, just do it. Well, family, you come from a person that I was paid, received a salary to be a television personality from where I came from. And here, it's about the system. Support this system, support this station, and I want to do more. And how can I do more? By buying, B-U-Y-I-N-G, buying more time, supporting a black business. And this is a black business, folks, from around the world. This is a black business. This is what is happening. We have a vanguard person, Minister Malik Shabazz, marched for 18 months to make sure this station was treated properly by Comcast. But let's find out who is here first on the Talk Beat Jones, and let's get ready to rock and talk on the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. Who do we have on this line, sir? Ma'am? Hello?
Hello?
Tim, can we bring this particular line up? The others are fine, but his, because there you go. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear myself echoing in your chamber there, so.
That's okay.
All right, I just wanted Tim to know so he could fix it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let me explain. Let me explain. Because you don't have your computer on watching the show, you're on the telephone strictly, and because of being on the telephone strictly, he's had to power it up a bit more.
Right.
So I just want everyone to know that's the difference between Leo Brazil and Oakland, California. Leo, would you come on again and kind of let folks know who you are? Because remember, this is a new show, new viewers, and they want to know who is this guy, Leo the Lion. I call him.
Leo. I'm Leo Brazil. I'm here in Oakland, California. It's 7-something in the morning, so the sun is just coming up, and I'm feeling guilty looking out there at that beautiful California day and that beautiful sunrise, and I'm looking at what's happening in Detroit, especially down in Texas. Poor brothers and sisters in Texas. Lord have mercy.
Well, hold on. We'll find out. Hello, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I'm Billy Jones. Who do I have on this line, please?
This is Michelle Broden. You have on this line. Good morning, family in snowy Detroit.
Is that your feeling about Detroit? It's kind of snowy.
Oh, definitely. It's snow. You got to dig yourself out this time. And it's 0, I believe, or is it 2?
Yes.
It's freezing.
Yes. Hold on a moment, okay? And whom do I have on this line? Would you talk to the Talk Beat Jones? I am Billy Jones. Would you announce who you are, please?
Billy, this is Gwen Mingo.
Oh, okay. Gwen Mingo. Thank you. And hold on, Gwen.
Okay.
Family, I see we have all the lines are full at this time, but remember, Gwen will drop off pretty soon, and we'll have a line open. And let me open up with Mr. Leo Brazil. Mr. Brazil.
Yes, sir.
What is the condition of the shots being conducted? You said the program of the COVID-19 was being shot in the arm was being done at the Oakland Coliseum.
Yes, yeah, they're starting. I think it is today. They've opened up. The NFL is opening up their stadiums, but Oakland has been one of the first ones because we had the Raiders leave and the Warriors leave, so we got two stadiums over there that's available, and Barbara Lee, our Congresswoman, got us the privilege to open up there, and so we're getting ready to ramp up big time. But we're doing better here in California because we were lagging behind a little bit, but things are going real good. I've had my first shot, and I got my second one coming up the first week in March.
Oh, right. Hold on. Ms. Gwen Mingo.
Yes.
I want to stay with you in just a few moments, but first I want to bring back Miss Michelle. And I'll tell you why I asked. You are a person that went to war with Detroit, the city of Detroit. Am I correct somewhat?
Yes.
Okay. Family, this is Black History Month, and we're talking about a black woman. And I want you to hear the interaction because, remember, I really do not know Michelle. I really do not know Mr. Leo Brazil. I definitely do not know Miss Gwen Mingo. This is the real reality show, family. There's no script. There's no rehearsal. There's no we're going to do this, we're going to do that. What you hear is exactly live. And so this young lady here, I will be talking with her about situations that I saw her going through and let her talk to you about it. Because, again, the world, I want you to understand what a woman, a black woman, have had to go through in the city of Detroit. Hold on, Gwen. Michelle?
Yes, this is Michelle Broden.
Thank
in
you.
Detroit, educator, parent, precinct delegate, community leader.
Don't stop. There's more. I know this. I know this because, see, so if I ask you right about now, what would you like to bring to the community in terms of information that you want to bring to the community that they should know?
Well, right now, they need to pay it. So in Detroit, Michigan, we have elections coming up. We have the opportunity to vote for a mayor or a new mayor. City council seats are up. So I would like for the community to start now. It's February. Start now. Don't wait till August when people are just shoving paper in your face, vote for me, vote for me. I need them to start now. Get behind a candidate that they think will support the community, to benefit the communities in the community where they live so that their lives could be enriched.
That's correct. And we're going to talk about that because I'm sure that you're going to have more to add as the time goes on. And what I tell everyone is we got time. We're going to bring out stories, and we're not having to jam it all up in one show, family, but you're going to get the complete understanding. Michelle, stay with you for a moment. There's an understanding that the Republicans are holding almost $5 or $6 billion that is allocated for schools to be dealt with. Is that somewhat true, or is that something that I'm mistaken about?
Well, as far as I know, there is a second round of funds that are supposed to be given to all public schools or schools in Michigan for the COVID relief and everything that we're going to need, because they are going to be opening the schools March 1st. Now, that's not a hard date, but it's a date that they are really, really working on because they're training us to handle different situations. So DPS, in particular, Detroit Public Schools Community District, got a piece of money, but however, we don't know how it's going to be distributed.
Well, I guess the process is that there is a lot of money that is being held up by the Republican Party people. And so we'll talk about that more as more information comes to us, okay?
Yeah.
Hold on. Mr. Leo Brazil.
Yes, sir.
You gave me some information last night, and I spent my morning going through it, there is we talk about the Black Panthers, and the reason I'm bringing it up real quickly, and we'll come back to a different one, but in America, we're talking about the election. We're talking about the split in the election that looks like it's almost bringing America to the North and South Civil War type of thinking as we're going along. As I reviewed the documentary that you referred me to last night, the Black Panther, I had no idea that all of those Panthers are still here and still are able to look good and have a communication. So I would think, Mr. Leo Brazil, that this should be something, a topic or a conversation from that as time goes on, that we should be able to be in your classroom to talk about it from time to time. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be wonderful, Billy, because much of the 10-point program of the Black Panther Party, the original Black Panther Party, is still very relevant today because the issues that were brought up then have not been sufficiently addressed. Some of them have been touched upon in the margins, but now I think a lot of it is coming center stage because especially the one issue of racism and police brutality that started the Panthers off, but a lot of the things like feeding the children, getting the schools to have the breakfast programs and things that they started, all of that is on the table right now, and I'm hoping that the Biden-Harris administration learn from that. That's been 50 years. It shocks me to have to say that because I would have looked back in those days. If I'd have looked 50 years forward,
wait.
The revolution had come.
We're going to come into that because I want to make it so that this is a process. When you call that you're going to be prepared to give us a format from your perspective of the Panthers and what do you think about folks trying to get that information from that. It's on YouTube. Fantastic. But anyway, let me go to Gwen Mingo for just a moment, okay? Gwen Mingo.
Yes.
Miss Gwen Mingo, I should say. Would you tell the people your name, please?
My name is Gwendolyn Mingo.
And
M-I-N-G-O.
What is it?
M-I-N-G-O.
Okay. And Miss Mingo, because we had to move and we had to speak in a quicker pattern of speaking because of time, quickly tell us, what was your problem with the city of Detroit and your environment? Was it the home or what was it?
Well, the problem initially was that I was an elected official, meaning that I wasn't just a citizen in the neighborhood. And my oath required that I protect the residents of the neighborhood. And what was happening is the neighborhood was slated for urban renewal or redevelopment.
Excuse me. Hold on one moment. Hold on just one moment. Now, what we have to do is we have to talk. Remember, we're not talking to Detroit only. My program is a program geared for the world folks to listen to you. So because you are delegate, I don't know what that is, and you're telling me something that I don't know what it's about, you have to be descriptive in what was your elected title.
Okay, I was the chairperson of the Brush Park Citizen District. I'm having a whole lot of that talk. Is there something I'm doing to the phone?
Okay, now we don't have the time to go through that. We mentioned the fact, just talk. If you have back talk, if you're listening to the TV or the computer, you need to turn that down.
Okay. I'm not listening.
Okay, so we may have to try this again because I can't have us going back and forth with the sound. If it's not good for you.
Okay, it's better now.
Okay, let's move, please.
Okay. What I was elected as the chairperson of the Brush Park Citizens District Council. Brush Park is a historic district downtown Detroit. It's bounded by Woodward, the Fisher Freeway, Bovian, and Mack.
Hello, go ahead.
as the chairperson of all the citizens district councils in Detroit. And what we had to do is protect the rights of the residents and property owners to benefit from the development and ensure that the development was done in the way that they wanted to do, and in the end reflected what they wanted to see Detroit become.
Who is they?
And
Who is they?
the residents
Okay,
and property owners.
okay.
And we had 17 neighborhoods, all prime area. The first areas that they attacked really were down by the river, but I moved to Detroit at the time they were redeveloping Brush Park.
Okay, now let me do this. You're going through a lot of stuff. What I need you to do is say directly what your situation was with the city, because we're going to come bring you back and we'll get more detail. But I got to move. I got a lot. Don't have much time. I got a lot of stuff to cover. Please.
Okay. My situation was that the law required that the city make sure that I could do my job, so that I could make sure that people got money to fix their homes up, so that people weren't thrown out the neighborhood without getting relocation services, so that they jobs and other grants and opportunities that came in, they benefited from, and so that the development looked like they wanted to look like it, and they had a say-so and were a part of that. And that was Coleman Young's reason for making sure we were all elected to represent the people and had the power under the law.
Whom were you fighting against?
I was fighting the city.
When you say the city, are you speaking of the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And so what was the bottom line of that situation? And we'll come back and get the meat of what happened. But right now I need to move on, please.
Well, what happened is we lost the case. We filed a case. We had lawyers that sold us out, we believe. But we lost that case, and everybody got thrown out. And if you go down there and look now, you don't see the people down there anymore. In fact, the Brewsters were a part of that, and that's gone too.
Yeah. See, people don't know what the Brewsters is if they're not from Detroit. The Brewsters Projects. Okay. But anyway, I can see what I'm going to need to do with you is I'm going to have to give you a designated time, and I'll have to have a pre-conversation so that I know how to understand what you're speaking of for television, okay?
Okay, but the bottom line, Billy, now is that I was displaced in the end. When I looked around, I was the only one there, and they took my house and threw me out. And, I mean, it was worse than what I could even express on the radio. But since then, it's been a horrible situation that I've been in.
I understand. That's why I want to talk with you, and that's what I need to speak with you off air so I can kind of get a grasp so we can move this so there's television, entertainment, information style-wise. But right now I'm struggling, and I want the folks not to struggle and understand why I brought you here and why I'm going to bring you back. You were a person that was on Soul Beat in terms of with Mr. Richard Harrison.
Yeah.
Constantly about the situation. But anyway, I'm going to let you run, but I promise you, we will bring you back, and we'll do it in a fashion so that people will be able to follow your plight, okay?
Okay, there's one question that I want to answer that you asked.
No. I got to go. I got my folks. I got to move. I talk to you. I will bring you back, okay?
Okay, Billy.
Okay, thank you, babe. Bye-bye. All right, now, here's a couple of things real quickly. Trump has raised over $200 million. And he's raised over $200 million for the purpose of being able to go after the Republicans who didn't follow him. So you see that right now he's after Mitch McConnell. Is that a real fight or is that a fake fight, Michelle? Michelle?
I think that, this is Michelle, I'm sorry. I think that is a real fight because he's a sore loser. And if his personality is anything like his television personality, anything like his presidential personality, he is very revengeful. You know, the little kid, if you don't let me play, then I'm going to take my ball and go home. Then I'm going to come back with my big brother and beat you up. Do you know those kind of people?
Okay. All right. Caller, you knew?
Yes, my name is Mary Horn. I'm here to listen to my friend Gwen Mingo.
This
so
is
I'm just listening.
This is whom again?
Yes, Mary Horn.
Hi, Mary. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Gwen has completed, but she's going to come back with me at another time because I want to give her an in-depth interview. Okay.
Because I just got through. The line was busy, so I kept trying. So I finally got through. But I had listened before. I really enjoyed listening to you all. So I will come back.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is there any comments that you would like to make personal about anything? Detroit, around the world, political, personal, anything?
Well, no, I'm just kind of, it's just kind of, the world is kind of in a turmoil now. It's just kind of, it's bad that we still haven't found out how to love our neighbors and to be our brother's keepers. You know, we need to kind of come together and forget what color we are, and learn to just kind of love each other for who we are and not what color we are. And just, you know, so that's what's wrong with the world now.
Okay.
We look at people and we look at them and we don't love. We look at them and we just don't. We don't love them for who they are.
Right. Okay.
And so that's kind of what's wrong with the world now. We don't take people for face value.
Well, listen.
We just kind of look at them. I don't like you because of your clothes, your color, you know. Until we learn to love each other as brothers and sisters, our world is gonna always be in trouble.
All right. Listen, you are welcome to call and give us your expression of thoughts any time on a Wednesday between the Talk Beat Jones. We're on the air at 10 to 11. And, of course, we always try to keep one line open at least so that you can call and give us your thoughts, okay?
Oh, I definitely will. And thank you so much. And you all have a safe and blessed day.
Please, and tell your friends about us.
I definitely will.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Brazil, we're going to
Yes,
we're
sir.
going to go to a commercial break, and one of the thoughts I had that I was looking at is the 300 judges that Trump appointed, and you mentioned the fact that the people who did the January 6th insurgent at the Capitol are getting off pretty lightly. We're going to take the commercial break, but I'm wondering, is this something that's going to happen throughout the United States with these judges, that now they're going to be able to soft pedal for the white folks or folks of their favor? I'll ask you that when I come back, okay, please?
All right.
Okay. And family, this is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. Remember, share this, like it, and talk about things that's important. Call me. Let's talk about it. Let you speak for yourselves. I don't care where you are in the world. That's what this is about, family. It's us. You see, we're touching Oakland, California. We're touching Detroit, Michigan. And we can touch you from wherever you are in the world. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll come back and touch you again.
African East. We have an array of products to assist you in all your beauty or body needs. Do you want curly, soft, beautiful hair? Well, try our relaxer line, designed to leave your hair soft, silky, and full of body. Or would you like beautiful, straight, shiny, long-lasting hair? Well, try our cherry or extreme hold spritz with our cream shine. It's guaranteed to give you that look you want. How about dry, achy feet or legs that you can't seem to keep moisturized? Well, try our African Shea Butter foot lotion. We have many products to help you with all phases of your beauty and body needs. For a full list of all our products, please visit our website at www.aeasysilk.com or call us at 313-277-2319.
Hi, this is LaWanda,
This is RJ Watkins.
coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you, because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. And to get yours today, call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
WHPR TV is now on demand. Catch us when you want, how you want, where you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch your favorite TV shows on demand. And be sure to download the WHPR app. We're now on demand at your demand. WHPR TV Detroit on demand.com. A Watkins Broadcasting Company. We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and Once again, family, this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and I want to reach out and remember to tell everyone that if it's live on a Wednesday at 10, it is your Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones, and family around the world, we want to ask the prayer warriors from around the world to please. We understand that the former elected mayor of Highland Park was last reported in the hospital. I have no idea what the condition or what the situation is, but we ask the prayer warriors to pray from wherever you are in whatever style. Please pray for. He was the mayor before this last election before. They tell us in America that once you're a mayor, you're always a mayor. So for Mayor DeAndre Wyndham, please pray for him. Leo Brazil,
Sir.
I was mentioning about the judges, but I also wanted to ask you, along with that, would you tell us about how the dispensaries were allocated in terms of who was going to be able to make this money, and what is the Oakland situation in terms of making sure that the citizens of Oakland have been able to get involved with this marijuana dispensaries and the marijuana socialization sales, etc. And I'll tell you why I'm asking this up front. I'm going to bring Michelle on after you to let her talk about the situation in Detroit, also about the marijuana situation. Okay?
All right.
So
you had asked the first question about judges.
Yes, sir.
And judges are important because you're saying that you're seeing that these Trump-appointed judges are now allowing these insurrectionists and traitors who came to Washington, D.C. and trashed the Capitol, let them go to vacations in Mexico and places outside the country. Well, that's what judges can do because they are lifetime appointments, and once they're on the bench, nobody can tell them what to do except another judge who is in an appeals court above them. And so they can do pretty much what they want to do. But judges are appointed by elected officials, and elected officials are elected by the electors, that is us, the citizens. So if you want something done, your power is your vote. And if you vote for a person then that will appoint a judge that will go your way, that's why you vote. But our people don't seem to understand that their only power is the vote. And if they want change, they got to get out and vote for people that have the authority to make the change.
At this point right now, we have the person that was in charge, President Trump, at that point, and he made these selection of these appointments, and that's what I'm speaking on. The folks that President Trump appointed is out here. They're going to rule over the United States of America for the next 30 to 50 years. They're young, most of them are younger persons. So the question was, I'm a black person or black folk in wherever I am in the United States coming up before these judges. Do you think that black folks are going to be able to receive, black cases are going to be able to receive the fairness that these judges are supposed to possess?
No, because the judge is not supposed to defend you. The judge is supposed to be a referee. You need a defender. So that is, you got to have your own private attorney.
Let me
or
change.
You gotta have
Let
a
me
public
change. Let me
defender
let me
that
change.
will keep that judge in check.
Let me change the question. And folks, Leo is an attorney, so we have to kind of, he wants it a certain way. These judges that you have already identified as being lenient to other folks, me and my defense attorney presents my case as a person, as a business, or whatever it is. Do you feel that in judgment they have a choice? They can give you this, or they can give you that. That may be better than this in their choosing. And I'm asking, the question is, do you think that they're going to give us the worst of the charges that they have the right to make to us? When the trial is over and they're making a judgment, do you think that they're going to be in a position to give the black folks and folks of our color a fair sentence or fair rendering of a judgment?
Well, see, you asked the question, are they in a position to do that? Yes, they're in a position to do that. You're asking me, am I thinking that they will do that? I don't know that they will do. All I know is what they have done.
Okay, that's
So
a bad
when
question.
I look at what they have done, we have not been treated fairly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so why would we expect for them to change unless there's been some change of heart on their part? And then you look at who elected them. The people who elected them don't want them to give us a chance, and that's why they elected them in the first place. And that's exactly what they're going to do. That's what the Republicans are doing right now. They are afraid of Trump's people, and so they will not even vote to make that man guilty when everybody has got eyes. Even Stevie Wonder can see that man was guilty.
And so is Trump, with his $200 million treasure chest now, going to go after those? It was seven folks who voted against him. Two of those are going to be retiring. Do you think he's going to go after those 5 folks? And Michelle, I'm coming to you next.
Yes, he is going to do that. They're in a civil war right now. He's going after all of the people who are betrayers of him, and I don't care what he does with that money as long as he's attacking other Republicans. I'm worried about the midterm elections in 2022, that we are ready to counter them. Again, they're going to vote for people that are going to go their way, and if we stay at home, they're going to win, because then they have 2 votes. At least if we get out and vote, we might be able to neutralize some of those that are going to come out looking for more judges like he has appointed.
We're going to come back to that point that you just made right there. We have to make sure that we get out and vote. Hold on, please. Would you say your name, please?
Michelle Broughton.
Yes, Miss Michelle Broughton. I'm not sure if you are aware about the ordinance about the marijuana that just passed, and they
it just passed, you said.
And Councilman James Tate states that the way it is structured, it will be set up so that the residents of Detroit will be the persons that will get these licenses to make these sales. You must be a resident of Detroit. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm kind of
and you got to have some money.
Yeah, you have. So if you have to have money, a lot of first of all, it's still against the federal law. That's number one. As a business supporter, people want to have businesses. People need to feed their families. I get that. But when it comes into the community as an educator, how are you going to keep my high school kids from not partaking? Because it's so the business owners want the same permissions or respect of the other people. So what I see, anybody that's not black has one of those stores. they call green stores, whatever they want to call them, in the city of Detroit. But the black business people, the regular people that probably don't have $50,000, $80,000 to invest in a business like that, they're still behind the ball. But on paper, it looks good, but is it reality?
You mentioned about the students and about
Yes.
the society. Here's where we are. You can watch television, and television is a great code for what is going on. When you're looking at Blackish, with the lady who is the lead actor, who is the daughter of Tracy Ross, who is the daughter of
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross, okay, and Anthony, on this show, showing you successful black folk who were struggling to be in the suburbs, to be all of that, because whatever, the children are struggling. But
Right.
in this episode, you have the husband and the wife, who is a doctor, by the way,
Right.
getting rid of the children. For what reason? Because they want to get, quote, high. They want to
Right.
get high, and they called in, they weed man, and they didn't want to give the information, and so the weed man gives the information and have it delivered.
Right.
But the process, family, is that the thing is that this family is bringing in marijuana to the home. The father has a funny trip. He's talking to his son, which is where it came from, because the son, his girlfriend, got caught, but it was him that had the marijuana.
Right.
But I'm getting to this point. In the end, the father sits down with his son, and the bottom line of the conversation is that in the garage is where the marijuana is going to be. The son is going to go out to the garage, and his father said, hold up, I want to show you where that other painting is in the garage. He's going into the garage to get high with his son. And he has two other, so our society is saying with this marijuana, and the folks who got all this money, your cocaine folks who slipping into the marijuana business, pushing that money, that's what is happening.
Yeah.
So now the marijuana is the gateway or the stayway, get drugged for everybody, the mother, the father, and by the way, son, my daughter, let's all get high together. Hold on just a moment. Leo, what do you think about that?
Hello?
Leo,
Yes,
did you hear me?
yes, you were talking about marijuana.
Yes. I said, did you hear about the story about, is it true? Is it okay?
Well,
Is it okay for the mother and the father to invite their teenage sons or just about son to
Well, let's put it down to the truth, Billy. See, let's put it all together.
do it?
The mother and the father always have been smoking marijuana since they were 15 and 16.
Hold up, please. What I'm doing is giving a different scenario, not a ghetto scenario. I'm giving you the scenario of a professional couple
Yes.
that I'm saying elevated to a different style. We're talking about folks who are supposedly all of that in the cake, who are now introducing the fact that they're going to smoke marijuana.
Well,
And now it's okay.
I heard everything that you said.
Okay.
I heard everything that you said. And I'm telling you that the parents, they were smoking marijuana when they were 15 or 16. And so they were just smoking it away from their children if they had children. Now everything is legal, and we act like all of a sudden the children are now being exposed to marijuana. No, the children have been exposed to marijuana for 20, 25 years and been smoking it on the side. We were selling $11 billion a year in marijuana here in California when you was here. And so
You
somebody
better
was
stop it,
smoking
boy.
And all of a sudden we act like, oh no, we're going to have a gateway drug now because marijuana is being smoked by children. The children have always been smoking marijuana. The difference is they can smoke it with their mama and daddy now. And like Michelle said, the problem is that even here in California, even though it's legal in this state and up and down the West Coast, it's still not legal in the federal government, and that's the last thing that needs to be done. And that is, I hope that Biden and the Democrats will get rid of that federal prohibition and bring that thing down into a category 2 instead of category 1 with heroin and cocaine.
All right.
And even Oregon has gone completely crazy as far as I'm concerned, because they've made heroin and cocaine and mushrooms and everything else legal.
We spoke. Hold on, please, Michelle. Your students. Can you tell me your students?
Okay, so listen. This
Talk to
is
me.
it for me. My students cannot get a job smoking marijuana because they cut their hair, do whatever they do, take a test. So even though they partake, it's a negative to the black family. And even though I wouldn't go to a bar with my mother, I wouldn't party with my parents. That's just not something I would do. And as a parent, I'm not going to party with my kids. You know, there is a divide.
Come on, mother.
But to partake in it and to make it regular, normal, it's okay if it's regular and normal. Then why do you use it against the black community when you want to? So the white boy that goes to get a job, they let him pass. But the black boy that goes to get the same job, they say, oh, we can't take you right now. You got to get clean. You got drugs in your system. Come on.
That's right.
That's my issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And see, that's the point, is that it's not what we did. It's the fact that back then they wasn't doing all those bad drug tests either, were they?
No, they weren't. But they do them now.
They do them
many
now.
of them lose summer jobs because of testing positive for marijuana.
Thank you. So what we're doing is saying that because something we went through then and we slipped through it, but in order to get the type of, well, if you want to be your own entrepreneur, you do what you want to do.
Right.
Okay. I was an entrepreneur since I was 20-something years of age. But I worked as well. I was a person that worked for Dr. Alfred Ferris, MD. I was his medical person. I worked for the weight loss clinics. I was their person that was their lead person helping people lose weight. I worked for the workout program, Golden Venus. I was their special person that taught classes and went around and taught the other instructors how to do programs. And of course, during those times, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. But in terms of saying, yeah, it's okay. My dad is smoking, my mom is smoking, I can smoke. Yeah, go get the job. If you don't have the backing to have your own business, go get the job and see what happens. You're right. They have all types of ways to test. So it's not a process saying that. And then let's go with another thing. Michelle, do you want your daughter, your son to be your best friend, or you want them to respect you strictly as a parent?
I have my own friends. I even have sorority sisters. I'm a parent for life, and they are children, but they are adults, and I have to have respect. I have my own friends, and they have theirs. Never would I need my child to be my friend. I mean, who does that?
Well, I can tell you. Hold on. And world, I want you to understand, we're talking on various different issues, different situations, different scenarios. Michelle does not have any idea who Leo Brazil is. Leo Brazil has no idea who Michelle is. And this is what you're hearing. Different styles, upbringing. Mr. Leo Brazil?
Yes, sir.
I, as a person in Oakland, I know exactly what you're saying, because those roads that the marijuana was brought up on, I know about those roads. So yes, sir. And so I'm saying today that they're doing all the testing, etc. What can we do with our children who we feel, okay, yeah, we smoked, and it's okay for you to smoke, but how is it going to affect their jobs, them going out to work?
As an entrepreneur, you said you were. You know that entrepreneurs will find a need and fill it. And that's what they were doing when they was finding the need to sell drugs, and people were getting the drugs. And then we said we want to crack down on drugs, so we tell the police to go out there and arrest people for drugs. And who are they arresting?
Hold on, caller.
The low-hanging fruit, the young kids out on the street.
Hold on, Leo, just a second. Caller, I want you to hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'll be with you in a moment. Go ahead, Leo.
The herb people and everything. They'll give you a herb that you can take and you can go and pass your test.
Okay. So we got to get some more education on that too.
And on the dispensary side, the dispensaries now can get their license here in Oakland. We say we want low income people who you was putting in jail to be able to get some of those licenses.
Yes.
So even if they can get the license and make the money, they can't put it in the bank because the bank don't want the feds to come down on them because the bank is a federal institution. And so they got all this money in the back rooms of their dispensaries, and these young bloods are robbing them.
I have a question about that because, what about the fact that now they're supposedly made it legal so they could tax it?
Yeah, that's we're making big money here in California because that's the difference. They was always selling drugs. If they were selling $11 billion a year when you were here, that the $11 billion can now be taxed, and that's the money that the state gets.
Okay.
But the city of Oakland and the county of Alameda, they're the ones who decide who can get the dispensaries because that the state law that was passed gave the local jurisdictions the authority to decide who to let in, and that's probably the same thing that Detroit is doing by copying off of us by saying the local entities can decide who can get in, and then they come in with all of these income requirements.
Now, you use the word that my world audience, some of the folks may not understand. Use entity. What is that?
Well, the entity, I don't know which entity you're talking about. The county and the city make the rules of whether or not they can have drug dispensaries in their county. And I guess you got Wayne County there. We got Alameda County here. Oakland is the county seat of Alameda County, and I guess Detroit is the county seat, I guess, for Wayne County. I don't know. But anyway, those entities that they give this dispensaries to, the organizations, have to apply state law.
Okay.
The law is made by the state.
Got it.
But the state just lets the counties make the location requirements.
Okay. Hold on, please. Caller, trying to get you in real quick. Can I get your name and your quick conversation, please? Talk B. Jones, Billy Jones. Hello.
Good morning.
Talk to me real quick, please.
Yes, is this Billy Jones?
Talk to me real quick, please.
Hi, it's Paul Billy. Happy New Year.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'm interested in just hearing your show, and it's a good flow.
Is this
we
Paul?
haven't talked in a long time.
Is this?
When you mentioned Mr. Hill.
Hold on. This Paul?
How you?
Okay, Paul, we'll talk to you again pretty soon, okay, brother? Thank you. Bye now. Michelle.
Yes.
I interrupted your flow. Would you please continue? You were talking about the marijuana, the children, and real quickly, tie in the fact about the children going back to school. They're talking about potentially having a school with only 1 day a week in school training, in school teaching.
Person is a hybrid, and again, we don't have the hard numbers. They were talking about maybe every other day because you come into class person to person. The next day they have to do a deep cleaning because we still have corona, and now we have the variant out there. Mm-hmm. So the children are excited, though, to come back to school, and most teachers are as well, but we still want to stay safe.
Okay.
But so that's what I was saying. And then back to, you can be friendly to your kids, but you can't be their friend because your job is to be a mentor and a teacher.
Yes.
You know, they need to be taught manners. They need to be taught how to pay their bills, how to respect their elders. And if parents were to parent, then maybe we wouldn't have so many elderly people in homes. You know, the old folks' homes.
Yes. Hold on one second. Oh, I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
About it.
No, go right ahead, please. You were about to say something else.
Me?
Yes.
I said it never works out to have a child as a friend.
Okay. Mr. Leo Brazil, they tell me that they're going to demand that the churches open up right away in California.
The churches?
Yeah, the churches, yes, sir.
Yeah, we're not worried about churches right now, Billy. We're worrying about schools.
No, what I mentioned was the churches had been closed per se, or limitation, And
Yeah.
they just reported that they have now
I
sent.
understand what you're saying, and I'm telling you, I don't care about that.
It's not
Because
about
I
what
don't
you
care.
care about,
I don't
sir.
care about
Wait,
churches
hold on,
being
hold
open.
on, hold
I
on.
want schools open.
Hold on. We're going to get to that, but we're talking about the churches because the churches is where the mass of people will be assembling again in this terms of this COVID. And I was asking that since they have now said that California now has to open up the churches, is that going to be a problem with this problem with the COVID? Because
No.
okay, why would that not be a problem?
Because people got a choice. If they want to go and die, let them go and die. Right now, I want our schools open so we can get our economy going, so we can get rid of this vaccination program and get back to normal. I don't care about the churches. If you got a choice of going to churches, but we need our children in schools, so let's open up the schools.
That's true. That's true. And what would it require? Hold on. Michelle, in your opinion, what will it require? What would be required for us to safely open up our schools so that folks like Mr. Leo Brazil and myself and others who would like to see our children educated at the school?
Okay, let me tell you real quick. As far as Detroit Public Schools are concerned, we need the ventilation, which they're working on. I understand I don't have hard numbers. Our teachers are getting vaccinated. Our president of Detroit Federation of Teachers got vaccinated. And so the teachers want to go back. We have our PPEs. The children want to go back. So they need to continue to do the deep cleaning. We need to stay socially distant. And the district, it's their job to figure out how to bring the kids in the school safely, clean the school, and then keep contact tracing very, very close, pay attention to that, and then we can get back safely. So we have to make sure that the children do what they do because, you know, kids do what they do. Keep your mask on, hand sanitize, wash your hands, and stay socially distanced.
Okay.
And I think that we've been out long enough that the children are ready to do whatever it takes to stay safe so that we can do face-to-face learning.
Do you think the children are falling further and further behind on a year-by-year basis now?
Well, I can only speak for my district, and they're behind because we don't have the necessary tools to keep them updated. So what I mean, most households don't have internet, and the kids don't have access to computers on the internet on a daily basis. They're broken. The internet is not there. The parents didn't go pick up the laptops. It's all kind of things. And so because we weren't able to train the kids before we went out, it's difficult for somebody to sit at a screen to learn versus sit at a screen and play and watch TV on it. So it's difficult, yes. But we will be, as far as I understand, opening up, extending our school year, offering summer school so that we can catch our children up, so that we can bring them up to par so they can be the best that they can be and be on target.
Okay. I need you to start saying your goodbyes now, okay?
Okay. And thank you for having me. It's an honor. And again, people, family, do your research, pay attention. This is Michelle Broughton. And if God willing, and if Billy allows me,
hold up. There is no, let me be clear to the world and to the folks who watch this show. There is no Billy May I need Michelle. I need Mr. Leo Brazil in order to, we're on the flat part of what we're doing now. In order to make this go to where I need it to go, I need Michelle. I need Mr. Leo Brazil, and I need the family. It's not about Billy now. Billy done this thing all these years. I need us so we can be great. So never, ever have to ask me. I never talked to you before the show. I never say anything to you about anything, and I never will. Yeah. Gotta let you go, though. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Mr. Leo Brazil. You have about 2 minutes, and but again, would you tell that folks I don't even talk to you, correct? I don't know you.
Well, you do know me.
I mean, I know
me.
I know you're from Oakland.
No, but we don't talk about what I'm going to talk about on the program. That's
Yeah.
why I told you a minute ago. I don't want to talk about Trump. I don't
That's
want
right.
to talk about churches. I want to talk about the things that are affecting my life.
That's right.
And my community. And I want to know, like Michelle Broughton, she's a very interesting person, very on point person. But I want to know is that Bro part of her name spelled Brough? Or is it BRO?
Okay, gotta go. We'll let you know next week.
God bless her and all the teachers there in Detroit. And God bless you, Billy Jones.
All right, thank you. And I bless you too, brother. And I appreciate you. And it ain't about me. It's about you, and it's about Michelle, and it's about this family. Got to let you go. Family, the man grabbed me. He pulling me by the shoulder saying, Billy, get out of here. I am Billy E. Jones. This is Talk B. Jones. Remember, come on every Wednesday from 10 to 1. Please share and like it. We love you. Bye now. Have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones and